Hello, everybody. Whoa, what a weird camera angle. Hello, everyone. Welcome to From One Side to the Other. He's back, actually. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of thought last week that story killed you.
It did, but
Only inside, right?
I've been dead on the inside. I'm also Jesus, so I come back every 3 days. So it's fine.
Yeah, so all you people who worry about us abusing him, don't. He's fine. The ritual of the awkward foot, as always.
Yeah, I tried moving the coffee table out of the way, but that did not work all that well.
Apparently. Anyway, hi, Mr. Bishop. So, we're back. I'm hoping that everyone also survived that story last week. I warned you guys how it was strong. I warned people. I don't know why you all are mad at me about it. I told you beforehand. Well, I mean, like immediately before I told the story. I didn't warn you that I was going to do it before the show or something. That would have spoiled the surprise.
I wish you wouldn't have done it at all.
What?
I also wish I had a slipper to throw at you while you were telling it.
What a horrible thing to say, Jesus. I'm going to leave you at that Home Depot next time.
That's fun. I was hanging out with them earlier anyways. That's why I was like...
Yeah, sure thing. Anyway, so tonight we're going to have a bit of a calmer, quieter night so we can recover from whatever last week was. Boy, howdy. You notice that genitalia kept coming up with that last week? I don't know. Just something I noticed over the week as I was thinking back about it. Very strange. Anyway, though.
You need to get your mind out of the gutter.
We need to get less dirty legends and stories to talk about around here.
Like tonight, right?
Oh, yeah, no. Tonight is nowhere near as vulgar or horrifying as last week's show. As far as you know.
Yeah, until he tells another story. Blue.
Jesus and I, we did not know that story was coming. That just came out of the blue. I was like,
yeah.
okay.
I can't help but notice that the chat is kind of slow tonight. I think people might actually not have recovered very well.
You scared your core audience, man. You don't do that.
Oh, hey, Sean. Sean finally showed up.
Hi, Sean.
I was kind of waiting for Sean because the first thing we had to talk about is something that he has repeatedly asked me to talk about, and I just knew, now that I was prepared to actually talk about it, now he wasn't going to show up, but he's finally here.
This is the way.
That's what happens when you work with the resident Lord of Chaos, right? But anyway, no, we're going to jump into...
How could you miss?
That was just a miss on all accounts. I was actually aiming for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Choopy rolled a net 1.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of spaced out, and I just saw thing go through, and I'm like, huh?
Hi, Connie.
So
My hand just went.
that could have been the one that got you.
Everyone missed on that.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny.
I was hoping I was just gonna smack him in the face with it.
Can he come back?
Get back over there and get back to work.
And we're gonna go.
Yeah. I was hoping I was gonna bounce off and hit him.
You see what I have to work with around here?
Hi, Connie.
The sheer level of mutiny that I have to deal with on any given day with my crew. This is what happens when you don't pay people, I guess. You get what you paid for.
Nothing, because we haven't gone paid.
He pays me like $500 a day. Not you. You're from Home Depot.
Would you stop cursing the cursed doll?
That's why you're not paid $500 a day, because you throw her.
I thought it was because I was Mexican.
No, it's because you throw poor Rosa.
Do not throw the cursed doll. You are going to cause a lightning bolt to strike us or something.
Nothing has happened. I have thrown that thing in almost every episode I've been in.
What do you mean thing? Poor Rosa, dude.
It's an object, therefore it's a thing.
No. You are a thing. This is Rosadoo. Anyway.
She came from China, and something else came from China immediately
COVID?
after. Yeah.
Subtlety, Jesus. Look it up.
And then
We've been over this. I don't have that. I only use it when I want to.
And then there's times where one of us will be here and then she'll just randomly move. It's like, wait a minute.
She actually does. She has done that a couple times. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, what
Anyway.
you guys should do is just set up a camera
And watch it. See, the funny thing is I'm almost I've thought about doing stuff like that, like overnight cams. I don't know. There's something like apprehensious about it. You know what I mean?
It's like recording yourself while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Don't record yourself. Just put the camera on her and see what happens.
Yeah, but if you record yourself while sleeping, it's like something might happen. But if something does,
Do you want to
do
know?
you want to know?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah. So brave.
Also
the guy who.
because I don't live here.
Well, you got to live somewhere.
Not
Home
really.
Depot.
I mean, he's been dead inside for decades.
Yeah, I guess Home Depot's not really.
I mean, hell, didn't you die while you were being born?
That's what I was told.
Ah. Anyway, though.
Actually, I wasn't born. I was evicted.
I think the term for your kind of people is deported.
No, because I was in Mexico when that happened.
Anyway, though.
What happens
So-
when you get deported from Mexico?
You know what's funny is like me as so when I get my U.S. citizenship and if I want to get dual citizenship from Mexico, even though I'm from there, I am Hispanic.
You'd have to give it up.
They won't give it to me.
That is really weird and kind of dumb.
It makes sense. They want to bring in the good people, and they see us as the bad people.
Well, because you left. Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever. This has been the most bizarre start to an episode ever. But anyway. So tonight, we're going to be talking about more cryptids, continuing our path to talking about a cryptid from every state. And we're going to start off with one that Sean has repeatedly requested. The Loveland Frog, or the Loveland Frogman. This guy is a real weirdo.
Why did my mind go to that one theory that podcast you did, the gay frog theory? That's where my mind went.
Yeah, I know who you're
And Joseph knows because he's the one who told me about it, but that's where my mind went.
Was I the one?
You know the
who told about
sad
it?
you know the sad thing? Last week he questioned why he ever shows up for this show, and now I'm questioning why did I let him onto my show?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I was on the other side of the portal door. I knocked. You didn't have to open. They just left me over there.
You know they make music about that about the gay frogs, right?
I think next episode we should start the show with just like a sample of the song, if we don't get in trouble.
No. Anyway, so the Loveland Frog is from Ohio. Now here's the weird thing. There are different accounts of when the first sighting was for this creature. Now, in context, the Loveland Frog, or the Loveland Frogman, even though there's multiple, it's not a man, I guess it'd be men? Frogmen? Anyway, basically there are two stories. One says that they were first encountered in 1949, and the other claims that they were first seen in 1955. But what's interesting is that the story is the same. See, the testimony comes from an individual who wanted to remain anonymous. Apparently, there's some weird stories about it, actually. He gave a fake name, Huckament, I think is what he called himself, Mr. Huckament. What a name, right? I hope that's a made-up name. Huckament. But anyway, he apparently was a businessman, and there's two versions. One version of the story is that he was actually having an affair, and he was away on a business trip, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, when he encountered the creature. So he wanted to remain anonymous because he knew if this report became public information, his wife would realize he wasn't, out in Nebraska or some shit.
And he was with her sister.
Or his sister, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which is worse. But anyway,
Oh.
The other version claims that he was just embarrassed about the whole thing, and he didn't want people to know he reported it because he was afraid they'd think he was crazy.
He didn't want to be the Bigfoot guy.
He did not want to be a Bigfoot expert and see that exposed anus. Anyway, though, but according to him, this was about 3 a.m. He was on the highway near the Loveland Lake, the Ohio River, in an area known as Loveland, Ohio. That's the name. When he claimed he saw 3 shapes on the side of the road. Now, he thought that these were hitchhikers or something, so he pulled his car over and stopped.
What? You never pull over.
Why on earth would you pull over for three hitchhikers?
You know,
Was that a hitchhiker? Better stop my car.
You know, on a different note, I got no room to talk because I got into a car when I was walking home one night and I didn't realize who it was until like I was halfway home.
I mean, it happens.
But we were having a full-blown conversation, too.
Wow.
And I'm like, Amy! And she's like, you just realized? I'm like, yep.
I have know you, right?
I do. I recognize you, kind of, right?
The car pulled up. She yelled out my name. I'm like, I'll get in.
You did that to me twice when I was like walking home. Like you were the truck who just slowed down. I'm like, who the hell is this? And you just rolled down your window. Get in. I'm like, oh, Jesus, hi. Anyway.
Yeah, but you recognized me right away. I just got into the car and she started driving halfway to here. I'm like, oh, hey.
Oh my.
And we're having a conversation.
Oh.
With that person already. In the middle of it, me going, oh, hey, Amy. And she's like, you just realized it was me. Yep.
See, I knew who you were.
The self-preservation is incredible, isn't it, boys and girls?
Hey, man, I was just happy that someone wanted me.
Oh, we both know that's not true.
Hey, pretty lady pulled over, asked me to get in. Oh, come on.
Okay, that's how you get ritually sacrificed.
I would have been happy with that, too.
That's the beginning of a horror movie.
I still would have survived.
No, you wouldn't.
Would you?
You're the minority.
Still would have survived.
You die first.
No. I'm not the bottom minority.
Oh my. But if there is no other minority in the storyline, you are the bottom.
I can pass off as white.
Your pride wouldn't allow you. I'm calling bullshit. Look at him! Look how guilty he is! He's like, yeah, he's right.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Okay, fine, yeah, you're right. But unlike the other minorities, I'll be throwing the white people at the thing.
Where were we? Oh, right. Oh, no. So he sees
Frogs.
3 shapes that he thinks are hitchhikers. Now, he described them as being about 4 feet tall,
That's tiny.
which doesn't help his case.
That is tiny.
Because 1, you think they're hitchhikers. 2, now you think they're midgets. Why on earth would you pull over? Nothing good ever came from 3 midgets standing on the side of the road.
What if you had a midget fetish?
I hate you so much. Anyway.
Well, I don't normally break for hitchhikers, but midgets, lead foot,
They're not even people. Did you know if you're under, I think it's like 4'11", you can qualify for a handicap tag?
I thought you were going to say you don't even qualify to be a person, but
No.
that too.
I found that out the other day.
Oh, I did not know that.
Anyway, so he pulls over to the road and he gets light on them. And he realizes, and he described them as being roughly 4 foot tall, naked. They were naked. And they were covered in grayish green leathery skin with webbed fingers and toes. They then turned and looked at him in the car. Now, he claims in the story that there was about a 3-minute standoff where they were just staring at him and he was looking back when... Don't laugh. I have to be careful with this one because I know you're going to say something stupid. One of them reached behind them. Keep in mind, they're naked. Reached behind him and pulled out a metal wand.
Prison pocket.
Which then proceeded to produce, quote, sparks and electric stuff. The man...
Firework up his butt.
I was expecting a dildo joke. But anyway,
I'm not that vulgar.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you fucking are.
I am a sweet angel.
Yeah,
I've said earlier in the show, yeah, no one's going to believe that.
Yeah, so was Lucifer. Anyway, so...
He was an angel. He still is.
So, the dude realizes this thing is armed. Where it was hiding this wand while it was naked, I don't know. But anyway, he pulled back and literally drove backwards down the highway into town again. And he was ashamed to show his name and face because he was... he was afraid people would think he was crazy. Or he could have been an adulterer and he didn't want to get caught.
Or he was doing a lot of cocaine.
Cocaine doesn't cause hallucinations, like... Does it?
Yeah, if you mix it with some other stuff, yeah.
Like what? Soda? What the hell do you mix cocaine?
Acid, drone, weed. You do a lot of things.
There are alcoholic hallucinations, and I've not seen no frogs pulling flutes out of their rumps and then...
It wasn't a flute, it was a metal wand.
Okay,
Did it fling some poop when he, aimed it at the guy?
No, he just said, in the account, he claimed that he just pulled it out from behind him and held it up over his head. And it started producing sparks and electrical stuff.
Is everybody okay?
See,
Oh dear, something going on in the chat. Oh, hi Tara. They're apparently at the hospital. Oh, that's right, JR. As far as I know, it's okay. As far as I know, everything's fine there. But anyway, yeah, so this frog just pulled out a metal wand from behind itself, even though it was naked at the time.
See, this is why no one was allowed Hogwarts as a transfer student from over here. Because of shit like that.
hey sir, can I have a ride?
What a I know, it's a strange set of an instance, isn't it? Like, what the hell is going on with these frog people?
See, I've always heard it was a
Mr.
flute.
Bishop is just dying laughing. But, yeah, no, the account that I read, he called it a metal wand. Now, again, the problem is that this story, in some versions it's told it's 1949, and others it's 1955. And there's a lot of double talk when you bring up the Loveland frogs.
I'm sorry.
Lots of people mixing up the dates.
But when he said flute, all that went through my head was the leprechaun saying some weird quote, playing on the flute, and then throwing a spell.
A leprechaun? How are you getting to leprechauns from frog people?
I don't know.
Did you take cocaine and acid before you got here?
I can neither confirm or deny that information.
God. Oh, my lack of a God. Anyway. But that's not the end of the bizarre stories of the Loveland Frogmen.
I will confirm I have not done cocaine today. Or ever.
So
Why was there the delay on that timestamp? Anyway, your dad's in the chat. You're going to get in trouble over there.
And like I said, I can confirm I have never ever done cocaine.
Anyway, I'm watching you. We're going to watch him.
I have never supplied Bear with cocaine.
I can confirm Jesus has never given me cocaine.
Oddly specific. But anyway, so the frogs would disappear for a little while. They would actually disappear for a little while until 1972.
So was it too cold for them?
No idea. This is in Ohio. Does it get cold in Ohio?
I have no idea. I've never been there.
No,
I
bye.
think that, yeah, it would get pretty cold in the winter, yeah.
What is Ohio?
South of Michigan.
Mind you, where the fuck is Michigan?
South of Canada by the lakes.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that looks like a mitten because it's cold.
God damn it.
You know, it's like a mitten.
Oh, yeah, bae.
Anyway, sorry.
So, it would be all the way in 1972 before they were seen again. And they were actually seen in 2 different instances. Both by police officers, actually.
Oh, them cops were doing acid.
Well, the first... So, here's...
70s, man, who wasn't doing drugs?
Interestingly enough, the first officer, just like our previous witness, didn't want to be named or identified.
Would you?
Hell yeah! That's awesome, seeing a cryptid.
Alright, I'll admit, seeing a cryptid will be cool, and being the first one to see it would be, but not when it's a frog pulling a wand out of its butthole.
Well, where is he gonna keep it?
I don't know, but nah. Furthermore, if I was a cop, I would have shot the thing.
So, here's the thing. This first officer claimed that he was, guess what, driving around on a side road near the Ohio River. Now, he claimed it was around 1 a.m. The first guy said he saw him around 3. But interestingly, every story of them, it's after midnight. I mean, just a random factoid. No story that I read about them was before midnight. It was all in the a.m.
Not the PM?
No. Anyway, so this officer was driving when he claimed he saw something on the ground by the side of the road, and he thought it was an injured animal. So he pulled over and got out of his car. When suddenly this thing on the side of the road, as soon as it was in his headlights, stood up, and son of a gun, it was a 4-foot-tall bipedal frog. Now here's the weird thing. The first account said that they just had regular fingers. This officer claims that the creatures he saw had claws on the ends of their fingertips.
I'm not gonna lie. It is the 70s. There was a bunch of corrupt shit going on at the time. If I was a cop, I would have hit that thing with my car.
Anyway, now, the interesting thing is that he claimed that the creature lunged at him.
Again, you have a gun.
He ducked into his car. Why didn't he just shoot it?
Or ran it over.
Well, see, here's the thing. It lunged at him, he ducked back into his car, and I guess in his account, and keep in mind again, he was really vague and they wouldn't take his name, but basically he claimed that the frog lunged at his car, scratched it, and then it ran and jumped over a barricade off the road and ducked into the Ohio River. Now, what's interesting is that this guy actually claimed he had proof of these creatures because there were scratch marks on the hood of his car and also on the barricade that it jumped over to get into the river. What annoys me is that the story specifically said he had the evidence. He took pictures of it. Nobody has these pictures now.
They were deleted or misplaced.
Yes. I don't get it. This officer put such a strong emphasis on, no, it really happened. I have proof. I have pictures of the scratches from its claws. But no site, no article, nothing actually has these photos. Which is really weird. But anyway, now here's the funny thing. About 2 weeks later, another officer had an encounter with our dear frog people. He, however, was willing to actually put his name on it. Mark Matthews, Officer Mark Matthews, claimed that he also saw a shape on the side of the road. Yep, it was after midnight. He was doing a patrol on a road near the Ohio River, as always.
No. Boy, I was thinking, that kind of sucks. They have frogs. New York has Ninja Turtles.
What is going on in this goddamn chat?
Thought about that. New York has turtle ninjas. Ohio has gay wizard frogs that like to keep things in their prison pocket.
Apparently.
You need to ask Alex Jones on the show.
Oh my. You talk like I wouldn't be willing to do it.
You act like he wouldn't do it.
I don't know.
Is this a couch I've not sat on before?
Oh, God.
Oh, here we go. Hi. Oh my God.
I don't like how well you do that.
That'll be fucking great. We need to bring him on.
We could never afford him. We'd get Danhausen on this show before we get Alex
You're
Jones.
assuming he would charge.
You're assuming he wouldn't.
I'm assuming he would do it just for the attention. He seems like someone who likes attention.
You don't say. Really? You think so?
Especially if we talk about the gay frogs.
You know, maybe that's an episode we should do in the future. Crazy people on the internet. Just talk about like Alex Jones, Glenn Beck, freaking that one douchebag who took me to West Virginia, Joe Bob Jericho. That dillweed.
The Bigfoot guy.
Yeah, the Bigfoot expert. Expert in getting my ass lost. Anyway, so once again, it's after midnight. It's right next to the Ohio River. Here's another officer. This one has the courage to put his name on it. Here comes Officer Mark Matthews, who claims that he saw a shape on the side of the road and assumed it was a wounded animal. So naturally, he gets out of his car and draws his gun.
Smart man.
The creature stood up, and it's a 4-foot-tall, grayish-green colored little reptile man. And I want to point something out. In every other story, the frogmen are aggressive. They have lightning wands, and they have claws. In this one, according to the man's own testimony, Mark Matthews claimed the creature just stared at him. So he aimed and shot it.
Hey, you see something that doesn't look like a person.
Don't ever go near a furry convention for everyone's sake. Jesus Christ.
You have a good
Oh my God! It's something that's not immediately
There's
recognized.
already a story of someone in possibly your department that was attacked by something that looks exactly like that. Plus the cap in it.
I'm just saying, if this was a certain minority kind of person, we'd all want this officer hung. But because he's doing it to a frog, it's okay, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's called hunting. And you don't need a license for frogs, I believe.
Do not take legal advice from this channel. Do not take legal advice from this particular individual, in fact. Anyway, he shot the thing, and here's the problem with our boy Matthews.
Officer Durr.
His story changes. His story has changed a few times. Which is,
Inconsistent, he's lying.
well,
Then again, the memory isn't all that good of a...
well, see, here's the thing, okay? When he first told the story, he claimed that he hit it, but only a grazing shot one time, and it ran away and jumped into the Ohio River. Another time he told the story, he claimed that he hit it center mass. The thing groaned and limped into the Ohio River. The third time he told the story, he claimed he hit it 3 times, square in the chest, and actually chased it into the Ohio River, but he couldn't find it in the water.
You know, I'm going to go with the first one. I'm not going to lie. Us guys tend to, like, exaggerate some stories like that. That's probably the first one.
He fired wildly, barely grazed it, and was too scared to even go and see if he actually killed it.
Oh, come on. Let's be honest, dude. Some officer in Lakewood, like, I think a week ago, emptied out his magazine in a cop car because of a...
Oh, the acorn.
Because of an acorn.
Yeah, some... No.
Shots fired! I've been hit!
No, this is a thing that actually happened. Apparently, he heard a click sound, and he thought he was being fired at, so he tried to pull...
Even though he searched the guy before he cuffed him and put him in the car, and he said he was all clear.
Mm-hmm. And he heard this click because an acorn fell from a tree and hit his car.
And then he started yelling, shots
Fired, shots fired, I'm hit.
Duck and rolled twice.
Mm-hmm.
Unloaded.
Like Dark Souls. He went Dark Souls. Just roll.
And then unloaded into the car. Mind you, the suspect was still in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And he shot at the car, emptied his mag. I think his partner did too. And then they went to go look, and the dude's still handcuffed. and he's fine. He didn't get hit
Every-
once at all. Every shot missed.
2 magazines dumped into this vehicle. Homeboy was like, hi?
Lawsuit. I'm gonna sue these motherfuckers.
You're laughing, but we're not making this up. This all happened. And it was in Loveland.
Yep.
But it wasn't Loveland, Ohio.
Loveland, Colorado.
Loveland, Colorado.
Did he get arrested by 2 Officer Durs?
Yes! This happened. Don't look at me like that.
It was some shit about a car or something being stolen.
Yeah, he was a car. Okay, from what I've understood, he was a car thief. It wasn't like they just rolled up and decided, hey, you're dark enough skin, come here. No. This was a dude who actually did have a criminal record, and they actually did stop him, and they were arresting him for legitimate reasons.
What sucks is that would have been the perfect time to go buy a fucking lottery ticket. Too bad he was in custody.
I know.
They said the officer already resigned.
Oh yeah, no, he got out of there in disgrace. But no, I have to ask. Was that an officer net 1 or was that a suspect net 20?
That was a suspect net 20, officer net 1, both.
Both?
That's one of those things you can't make up. It's like
No,
dude, like
it's so ridiculous.
When one of the officers that I work with told me about that, I'm like, what? I looked it up and I'm just like, oh my fucking god. And then for the next week, I was just seeing memes about it.
I honestly thought it was. I'm dead serious. I thought it was like something from South Park or Saturday Night Live or something that had just caught on. And I'm like, and in fact, I actually finally saw the footage. I was like, this really happened.
So
this is real.
An acorn just fell out of a tree and they unloaded their guns.
Yeah.
Then, dude, mind you, other police departments around the country have been making fun of them for that.
Mm-hmm. Because he didn't just double barrel roll away from the car.
I've been hit.
He called over the radio that he had been hit.
And then, mind you, everyone else has been they've been doing videos of them like walking into a gun range, and they're like, "Hey, I want to get a few range and whatnot." Like, yeah, we gotta check your ammo. They open up the boxes and nothing but acorns, and they're like, "That's some dangerous ammunition there."
Yeah, that's become the meme. The most dangerous ammunition in the world is an acorn.
And then one of the most dangerous things for an officer on duty now is an acorn.
Mm-hmm. Those acorns, they'll get you, man. I think so. Watching A Strange Twist of Fate, that cop is actually a descendant of Mark Matthews.
Watch that cop be watching this.
Oh, hi.
My dad said they've been eating donuts with the white powder on it.
Cocaine.
Wow.
Brushing their teeth with it.
I've never heard that one.
Get it under the lips and stuff.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, it was like It sucks that like that happened. I'm just like happy that no one was like.
Yeah, no one was hurt, so you can laugh about it. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. No one was harmed.
You know that dude's gonna get sued, and that department's getting sued.
Oh yeah, I do not envy any.
And
See, the problem is I can't even say it was a dumb accident.
No,
what bothers me is that he literally called over the radio that he was hit.
This is what happens when you take
him getting
from the police department to where they can't do proper training.
Exactly.
On the officers.
Mm-hmm. Lower standards, lower funding. This is what you get.
Lower funding means lower standards. Lower standards means dumbasses in the department
that are scared of acorns.
Shit like this.
See, and here's the thing. Part of me wants to say, okay. To be fair, hold on. We're gonna take a sidetrack here. An acorn hitting the hood of a car could be a pretty. That's a pretty good thump. That I could see startling somebody. But he had the guy cuffed. The guy was unarmed. He wasn't even like fighting or anything. It was completely cool.
Yeah, it was cooperating.
There was nothing for him to be jumpy about. If the suspect had been like actually being confrontational, aggressive, I could see being on edge.
Yeah.
But there's like none of it makes sense other than that officer was a absolute dumbass. And again, worse than that, he wasn't just a dumbass, he was disingenuous because he literally made the knowing decision to call that he was hurt. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even call that being dumb. In Officer Durr, I can forgive for being stupid. This guy lied. He was acting in a way that was malicious. And then he proceeds to annihilate his own car.
Like, that car did nothing.
I could only just see the guy in the back with his hands behind me.
And they probably put the seatbelt on him and everything too.
He was secured in there.
Yeah, so
he couldn't even duck or something. Ironically, the fact he didn't move may have been what saved his life.
He's just sitting back there, his hands behind his back, thump. He's like, oh, that was an acorn. The cops just unload everywhere. I've been hit, I've been hit. Just like, did this really just happen?
I wonder if you ever seen the meme of like somebody who gets in a near-death situation and like the Buddy Christ character will just appear like, I wonder if he saw Buddy Christ.
It's just in the sky, just,
hey, I got you, buddy. Oh God, poor famine. I got you, buddy. All the bullets miss. And they had 9mm Glocks, right? That's like the standard cop.
No, I think it's 45.
45? Okay, how many bullets does those things have? How many shots actually missed him? A good couple dozen?
I think it's 16 a mag.
Okay, so they have 16. 16 times 2, because there were 2 of them. That's 30-something? 32. 32 bullets miss you.
What'd they do? Just pull out their gun, bam, bam, bam,
Yes!
bam, 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 I'm hit.
My personal theory is that they just aimed forward, so it was actually like a bunch of bullets going to the same spot. But either way,
Okay.
could you imagine, what's that expression, seeing the face of God 32 times? I would love to...
Again, like, perfect time to go buy a lottery ticket.
Right? And he...
Special Officer Doofy reporting for duty, sir.
We found someone even worse than Officer Durr.
Stop bothering me when I'm vacuuming my room!
Snort laugh.
My dad will know a scary movie. Your baby would keep her in.
Anyway, though.
The vacuum's still attached to him.
God damn it. Anyway, here's the thing. So, we don't know how truthful Officer Mark Matthews was being, or if there were acorns involved in that whole thing. Because remember, we're talking about the Loveland Frog here. Anyway. So...
Sorry, but it does have involved to do. Do we have locations of where this happened in Ohio? Like, general areas? Like, was it... Or...
On side roads that ran along the Ohio River in Loveland, Ohio.
Because the way you're kind of describing these dudes, what kind of comes to my mind is I forget their name, but it's the Japanese ones.
Kappa.
Yeah.
Kappa, but they're more like turtles. And really, really gay. I'm not wrong.
I don't know which one's Garrett, the Kappa or the thing that's keeping the thing up its ass.
Well, just remember that Kappa can be bribed with cucumbers. And if you really tick them off, they'll kidnap you and take you to their lair where you have to sample their cucumber sauce.
Oh, Greg! I got a mangina!
I hate you so goddamn much.
Love me?
No, I don't. I honestly don't know why I let you into my... We're out in the middle of the desert. Anyway.
If none of you have seen that,
Be grateful.
I recommend looking it up.
I do not. Do not look up Old Greg. And if you do,
Look up
don't
Old Greg.
blame me.
Look up Old Greg.
You ever think Bailey's having an old shoe?
I hate both of you now.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm Old Greg!
You're getting the hell off my couch in a minute. It's what you're doing. Okay, you have something.
Over there.
Shut up. You have something for us.
No.
According to this, it's the southwestern lower part of Ohio.
Like right in the corner area.
Yeah, this is Loveland. Basically, lower left as far as you can go almost.
Yeah, very, very bottom corner of the state. But anywho, what's interesting is that there has actually been a very recent sighting of the Loveland frogs. That might be the most millennial thing I have ever read at all. during research for this channel, for this show. In 2016,
It's just a picture of a frog.
the
Oh,
artistic.
God.
Yeah, you want to show that? That's an artistic rendering from descriptions given by witnesses.
You know what's a better description of this?
No.
I'm hungry.
Okay, fine.
I wish I could pay you. I wish I could pay you so that I can just say you're fired.
All right, I'll just throw. Yeah, this is the picture I've always seen from an artist rendition.
Yeah. So this is supposed to be what they look like.
It's just a frog with.
It's a bipedal frog.
Like, that is the laziest thing I've seen. You literally just took a frog and just like stood it up on its feet, and that is it.
Yeah, that's.
See, I personally like frogs, and
No, don't get me wrong. Frogs are cool, but
Oh, yeah.
that is just laziness.
that is a
That
lazy
is
rendition.
That is finest.
Anyway, though, so in 2016, a couple were out in the down in the Lovelands by the Ohio River once again.
Were they frogging?
No, they were playing Pokemon Go,
Sound like my kind of people already.
and there was.
Why is the photo always blurry?
Well, because most people aren't planning to see these things when they get a picture of them.
See, this is the picture. I seen this years ago. I'm gonna throw this up. This is the picture that I had originally seen.
Sean says be nice to that frog picture. That's his buddy.
That,
Yeah, they have big, round, reflective eyes, and they like to lurk around the Ohio River.
Yeah. See, I saw this probably over 10 years ago. This is a picture I know,
Yeah, that's an
Anybody
old.
want to go frog hunting?
and it's like that.
You leave him alone.
That-
Stop
that-
antagonizing the Lord of Chaos. Leave his little frog buddies alone.
That could be a lot of different things.
It
The
could
eyes
be.
are
Well, the best way to
conveniently
like
bright.
to do frog hunting is flashlight. You hit them in the eyes with it, and then you.
Yeah, but anyway, so they claimed that they were out playing Pokemon Go, and they had unfortunately been tempted to go a little bit deep into the wilderness, away from the road, because there was. I forget what the hell it was. I want to say it was something really. What was it?
What year was this?
2016.
So it's probably when Pokemon came out. So it's probably Gen 1.
Yeah.
So it's probably.
I want to say it
one
was
of
I want to say it was like a
Dragonite?
Pikachu of all things.
the- Catch a Pikachu anywhere.
Well, they were after it, and so they went out into the wilderness, and they claimed that they saw a bunch of them just sitting on the bank of the river, and they thought it was people in costumes, but when they got a little bit closer, the things croaked at them and jumped into the river.
Again.
And they didn't get a picture because their phones were open to Pokemon Go, so they couldn't access their cameras. And yeah, they thought it was just people that were out. I made the joke earlier, but they thought they were furries. They thought there were people in like costumes and stuff, and it was
Don't
nope.
call bullshit on the camera. Mostly just because of this.
What are you doing?
Pokemon,
Okay, yeah, you're on Pokemon Go. Now can how?
AR.
eh,
Okay.
now can
And
you
there
take a
we go.
picture?
Yeah.
Jesus debunking their explanation. Pokemon Go has a built-in camera app.
Lazy ass mother. Again, like, and I'm not saying to go frog hunting just to go be rude or anything. The way you frog hunt is with flashlights. You stun the frogs,
You distract them with the light, yeah.
or you hit them with the light, and as soon as they make contact with the eye, they were stunned for a few minutes, and then you hit them with the spear or whatever you're using. Don't judge.
I am judging. Bishop, help me out here. Help me judge. Everyone in the chat, help me judge Jesus.
People in the South do go hunt.
People in the South do a lot of things.
Yeah, let me finish.
We're all from the South.
Let you finish. You're about to finish some
Sorry.
poor frog.
Sorry.
You're gonna off Kermit.
They made fuck Kermit.
You would.
No, I will turn Kermit into some.
My brother-in-law loves frog legs, by the way.
Yeah, frog legs. Take a strong enough flashlight. They make freaking one that where you can. It looks like fucking daylight. Hit them with it. We take a net, wrap one of them, knock it out maybe, and then throw it in the back of the truck. There, we have a cryptid.
Until an acorn thumps your roof.
And like 12 officers just come out of the woodworks. Arr!
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
Like
frog
again,
legs
that's the
are-
best way to catch it. If you want to catch a cryptid and show that cryptids are real, the best one to do it with is these frogs. You stun them, catch them with the net, hit them with the.
Wow. You may not realize it because you can't see the chat, but Sean just power bombed you. Also, yes, Tara, I remember Battletoads. Battletoads was a game. Was there a cartoon of Battletoads?
Oh.
I remember it was a game. It was kind of ass, in my opinion.
But again, we have proof of cryptid.
I love Sean's response to you, though. Consider, Jesus is a loser Pokemon Go grinder versus the happy couple just trying out a new game. Who will know how to navigate the game better?
I'm an adult. I have money. I can do whatever the hell I want.
See, Sean's actually kind of pushing back on you here. The game had only just come out then. It may not have had.
It had that. That was one of the main features that they were pushing when the game came out. Was the AR catching Pokemon? That like any ads back in the day when the game came out.
Well, I'm saying the camera, being able to take pictures.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's one of the things that they were pushing when the game came out. That was the big thing that they were pushing.
Well, anyway, we have spent so long on this topic. Not even talking about this topic, actually.
It's kind of funny.
It was kind of
But again, like if if cryptids are real, the frog ones would be the best.
See, the problem with that is that these things seem very intelligent. They can apparently use tools and weapons and stuff
Oh yeah, pulling a rod out of its ass.
that produced spark. I'm sorry, am I the only one who heard that and thought it had a fucking taser?
You can make a taser at home with a camera.
You could.
That is true.
Not an animal.
You can also make a potato.
Being able to build it implies intelligence. And
If
then
it
it's
has
able to use it.
thumbs.
Thumbs don't mean you're intelligent per se. You have thumbs, for crying out loud.
Yeah, and I'm pretty smart.
Sure. The real question is, how high would you get if you licked one of them?
That depends on what.
That
color
would be
they are.
Sean. Sean would be the one to say that. Sean, who's going to have an angel for a space heater, a minotaur roommate, and now he's going to go lick the Loveland frog.
Dude, imagine going over to his place to play D&D.
And then an acorn hits the roof and he panics.
Calling all cars, we got a 1490
Oh
in
my
that.
god, the acorn's the DM.
The acorn is the DM, and the DM doesn't like you.
Hi, Sean.
I can't wait till he gets here.
Kaboom! What was that? I don't know.
Oh. The almighty acorn. All shall bow to the acorn. But anyway, the Loveland frog is a weird little bugger. Lots of contradictions about the stories of the people who see him. From people like Matthews, who changed his story repeatedly, to people like this couple who were playing Pokemon Go, who their story doesn't add up because they claim they couldn't take a picture of the things.
Well, they probably could have panicked and whatnot, but at the same time, I think the ones that...
Well,
make
I have a
no-
question. What's worse, to admit that you panicked before some inhuman creature, or admitting that you don't know how to use a basic function of a game you were playing? Wouldn't you just admit that you didn't know how to use the camera?
I would rather admit that I panicked, because again, like...
You would say you panicked?
Yeah. Again, look at a trained officer. They did more training back in the day. To be honest, he still missed the shots. The other one jumped into the car.
Well, I mean, yeah, but there's no photos that he claimed he had photos, and the first guy wouldn't say, his name, and now we don't know what year it happened in even. I just say it's like every story about these frogs, something happens to muddy up the story and make it contradictory or questionable. It's really weird.
I think the most thing is, one, they're by the river. Two,
Now, is the Ohio River particularly big and deep?
And the other thing is that when they interact with somebody or someone stumbles upon them, they go straight for the river.
Asking anybody in the South? Hell no, it's not. But it actually trails. Let's see.
Hold on, folks. The bishop is checking
Doing
something.
things on the computer.
Yeah, we're trying to get. Is it
981 miles long?
right? Now, how wide is it?
How deep is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for how deep it is. Just looking at these pictures, it's not very big.
Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of like one of the lesser known rivers too. There's way bigger.
Well, big enough to have a boat on it from that photo.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a creek. It's not tiny.
And I guess it's like Columbia River size, so I guess it's decent.
I mean,
because again, with it's a estimated a 4 foot tall creature.
mm-hmm.
It still has to be pretty deep in order for them to be able to submerge.
Yeah.
No, this is an actual river. There's
It's.
plenty of places where something.
Oh,
can
yeah.
happen now.
Yeah, so
I mean, other life forms live in the river, so why couldn't something a little bit bigger?
let's be honest. They people just stumble upon them by chance.
You're startled. You're kind of confused because there's a 4 foot tall frog man suddenly.
Something you're not expecting to see.
Yeah.
And it just fucking dips. On top of that, most animals, when they see... Well, then again, most of them, if you don't see them, they're going to fucking take off before even anything else.
Oh, yeah, no. Animals don't like... Most animals in the wild don't like people.
Yeah, it's like the coyotes out here.
Or the foxes. Like, how long... Like, I've been here for almost 18 years.
And you've only seen like 4, right?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And one of them that I saw wasn't nowhere near over here.
I've seen like 2 foxes and 3 coyotes, and I've lived here almost 7-8 years now. I
haven't even seen a coyote. I hear them, but I haven't seen them. I seen a deer.
We got footage of one.
Yeah, I've seen them a couple times, but
we actually got footage.
I've seen a deer down the river, the creek over here.
I've never seen a deer.
I've seen a deer. I think I have photos of it somewhere.
Mm.
That being said, like it's a frog. They're 4 foot tall, so you're gonna have to. They're probably not gonna act like as most frogs do. Both snakes, turtles, and catfish tend to make burrows under.
Yeah, in the mud in the bank itself.
In the bank of the water, they probably have
dens and things like that. Yeah,
they have to.
And again, like I said, they're one of the cryptids that I would argue is very plausible. It's just so strange that we can't seem to get a straight story from them.
What?
No, we are not going to get Sean drunk.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
Sean's gonna get himself drunk.
Not happening. We are not bar crawling. Anyway, but
again, out of all the cryptids, this one seems like
it has a location. It has a food supply. It acts like you would expect a creature.
It's a giant frog, practically. There's been proven methods of how to catch frogs. Someone can go out and catch it. You don't have to sincerely have to kill it, but you can catch it.
I like how he stuttered and stumbled over the part about not killing it. Like, that was not part of his original plan. You're going to kill this poor thing, aren't you?
It's a thing.
You would.
better not.
You would catch a cryptid and then just kill it.
And then mount its head on my wall.
Barbarian.
So, yeah. The picture.
Wow, Sean, bold statement saying that this sounds more real than a Bigfoot.
He's not wrong.
Oh.
I'm going to have to argue with that. But anyway, we do have other topics for tonight, and we are really, really dragging our heels here. So tonight we're going to move on to the next story, which is, don't laugh, the Pope Lick Monster. also known as the Pope Lick Goat Man,
I actually
no.
told you about this one.
or as just the Goat Man. Now, this is from Kentucky,
Oh, hell no.
the state that I actually thought was a city for a long time. I thought Kentucky was a city.
This is one of the few that actually has a body count.
Yes.
I know which one you're talking about.
The train?
Yeah. Well, is it the train? I don't know.
So,
Yes, somebody died. Anyway.
I was going to say,
This is the one where me and my buddy actually want to go to that bridge and check it out.
I'd go, but a lot of people died.
not with him.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to go with me because
No, you'd throw my ass off and say it was the Goat Man.
no, because I'm gonna be fucking with it. So
Not helping those rumors, Jesus. Not helping those rumors. I'm going to go find the Pope Lick Monster and fuck it.
no, I said fuck with it.
No, I think Sean said that. He said fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Jesus, I cut you off. Sorry.
It's pretty much a bridge where you go at night. It's you call out to it. It shows up. You may or may not go home that night. One of the things that it said is it's a cryptid or it's a demonic being. There have been signs of occult things happening in said areas. Someone said there's a portal. It shows up. Again, if there's a demon, I kind of want to go mess with it. That's one of the reasons why we want to go. I'm not the only one that wants to mess with it, so.
Yeah, that's how people die.
You want to ask for its phone number. Let's not even pretend. Anyway, now then, the host will take a swing at this.
I'm not into furries, okay? I might hang out with you guys, but doesn't mean I'm into it.
Anywho, so the Pope Lick Goat Man, also, or the Pope Lick Monster, sometimes is referred sort of as looking like a minotaur.
What?
It's a bipedal humanoid who is said to be covered in fur, and yeah, it's like a goat person. The stories specifically around this creature, they vary. And it's one of those weird legends where there's no pinpoint of its origin, actually. But the earliest we can find stories about this guy are described as being pre-1980s. That's literally the closest thing to a date. It's kind of always been a legend in the area. Specifically, tied to this particular bridge by Pope Lick Creek in Kentucky. Now,
There may or may not have been ritual sacrifices and...
I'll get to that. So, the problem with this creature is that the origin isn't really what's important, as much as what it does currently. And boy howdy, there are so many damn origin stories for this monster. I was joking as I was reading this stuff. This cryptid is kind of like the Kennedy assassination of cryptids. And what I mean by that is there is a million different stories tied to this thing and where it comes from and all this stuff here. But the key thing about it is that it is a murderous monster. It lurks in this train bridge, and there are stories that it will make you get hit by the train. It can induce in Minecrafting yourself, if you know what I mean, and I think you do.
Or it makes you end your own life subscription?
Mm-hmm. Make you cancel your subscription to Life magazine. And it has a number of powers. Some say that it can mimic voices, and what it does is it'll try to sound like somebody you know and lure you onto the bridge. Other stories say that it can possess people. But as Jesus was putting it, it's very closely tied to the occult. As if the appearance alone didn't, give you a hint. But the big origins, and there's 3 big origins for this creature. The first origin, don't laugh, was that there was...
You keep telling me not to do that, and you know what's going to happen.
I know what's going to happen. Anyway, so one account claims that this woman got really, really lonely because her husband was impotent. If you know what I mean, and I think you do. And so she...
Could I get up in the morning?
Or the evening, or any time for that matter. But anyway,
I guess back in the day, they didn't have the little blue pill.
No, they didn't. So she... Don't laugh. She went and had relations with a goat.
God fucking damn it. Just be like Ed. How am I going to word this? Because I don't want to be like an ass.
You don't want to be an ass. Really?
Just go be like any other fucking cheater. Go fuck your fucking neighbor or the milkman.
Anyway.
My ears! Ow!
There was that milkman dude who had like 800 kids or something like that.
My ears are bleeding.
Anyway. And so she got pregnant. And when she gave birth, son of a gun, it was a goat person. And she was so horrified by what had happened that she threw it off the bridge. And somehow it survived and just lived there, and it's angry that its mother rejected it, so it tries to kill anyone who goes near its bridge.
I'm surprised it
Another version of the story tells of a farmer who was not really good at his jobs. Let's put it that way. He sucked being a farmer. He was
really good at sleeping with the goats.
No.
Did he farm acorns?
No, maybe. I don't know. He was bad at farming, and so, in desperation, he called to Satan. Never a good idea, but he called out to Satan, "Give me a good harvest, give me a good crop, and I'll give you the very best of my flock." And for some reason, Satan was just like, "Okay, why not? Sure."
He was at his desk. Approve.
Yeah, he was.
Approve.
Whatever.
Approve.
What did I do? Wait, what did I sign?
Wait, what?
Ah, damn it. Anyway, but here's the thing. The devil answered his
prayer. On his desk with a fucking stamp.
Approve. He's not even reading the shit. Ever since I stole his title, he's been really in depression. So, anyway, though, still the Prince of Darkness. Anyway.
I don't know. Your little brother saying stuff.
Anyway, so Satan actually answers his prayer and he has a good harvest. But here's the problem: the farmer got kind of greedy,
as most people do,
and he was like, do I need to follow up on my end of this bargain with Satan?
Yes.
Nah. He'll never know the difference. So he sacrificed.
I would rather bargain with Satan than the other god, because the other one's more spiteful.
Anyway, not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Anyhow, so he thinks he's going to outsmart the devil. And instead of giving the best animals from his flock, he sacrificed this lame goat. And you're not going to believe this, boys and girls. Satan caught on that he had tried to trick him. I know, right? Hard to believe. But no, Satan actually got one this time. I know on this channel we kind of make fun of the character and then we point out his flaws, like when he got stuck up a tree, when his dog couldn't cross a bridge, his dog literally just walked away from him. St. Christopher will always be the most good boy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a country song or something.
Oh, he got his ass kicked in a fiddling contest against some random redneck in the middle of nowhere.
My dog, my tractor left me, and
Pro-
corn hit my roof. I shot it a million times. Oh yeah.
Secret backstory lore for the devil. He was briefly an officer in Loveland, Colorado.
I went down to Georgia, and a corn hit
Anyway, but he figures out that this farmer was trying to dupe him. And so he decided he was going to punish the farmer by fusing the farmer to the goat that he had tried to sacrifice. And thus he became the Poplic Goat Man. Now, the weird thing is, this doesn't explain how he got to the bridge, but that's the story, is that he tried to con the devil, which doesn't always work very well. And now he's a goat guy. But anyway, there's all kinds of stories about how dangerous this creature is. He can mimic other people. One thing I found that's interesting is that some stories claim he's all in the mind. Like, he'll mess with your head, but physically he's actually really weak.
Yeah,
there are stories of people claim that they went there and like, oh yeah, I was going to film it, and they were attacked, and they actually claimed that no, they just fought him off. They literally just hit it and it ran away. Of course, there are the stories about how it ran away because they had a cross or they started to pray, things like that. Because again, it's very closely tied to the occult and the devil. But something I still find funny is that there are accounts that it's literally, yeah, you just punch him.
If I may,
Punch him and he'll run away.
I'm just saying, because one of the things I want to do, because what I want to do when I go down there is take two things: my boom stick, and have a local priest bless the bullets, because I want to see if that works, and a super soaker filled with holy water.
Okay, I'm just going to burst his balloon. What kind of holy water? Because actually there isn't just holy water. There are different blessings and different prayers you say over water for different ceremonies and different things.
I'm going to go into...
I'm an atheist, and that still bugs the crap out of me, how people think holy water is just like one thing that you can get from like Walmart. It's like, no, that's a whole thing in the mythology of Christianity, actually.
Go talk to a local priest while he's blessing the bullets.
Okay, first of all, how are you going to get in the church?
You'll be surprised. I actually don't burst in fire when I go in there.
I don't believe you.
I've been kicked out of a few, but that's about it.
That I believe you on.
But ask him what's the best holy water for squirt a devil with, and then
there's a specific prayer for blessing water that's used in exorcisms. I know that.
Dr. Bible can chime in right here.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Christian, you want to chime in here real quick?
So holy water, you don't have to be a specific rank or anything. You just have to bless it, praying to God. You can be whatever. It comes down to your faith, not your rank.
Okay.
So technically, the holy water you buy at Walmart, if blessed properly, could be holy water.
Wait, we sell holy water at Walmart?
No, I meant you could just get water and anyway.
So the stuff that you buy at the general store could be more blessed than something you find at a church. It comes down to faith. And any man of God can bless any water to make it holy water.
Right.
So a super soaker full of holy water
could hypothetically work
if you find the right person.
Yeah.
Or
I'm just
charlatan who just.
I was just gonna go to a church. Like
church. You want to get technical? I'm a priest. I am an ordained priest.
Yeah, but your faith ain't that strong.
I don't know. See, when I think of holy water, I think of Jesus.
Well, yeah, because he's where we get the whole thing from.
Yeah, and I don't know how that would work. No offense, but it's like this is water.
Are you implying that an atheist couldn't actually invoke the powers of divinity on water? How dare you?
Just come in the priest from the church of the dude.
It's a recognized religion.
You're not wrong, and I do want to be part of it.
And then people will be like, oh, this is holy water.
And I'd argue it's not the worst religion to have in the world.
Okay.
But no, real quick, I know you guys can't see it. I'm going to forever enjoy the fact that I had to look at the bishop and watch as he agreed with Jesus about something pertaining to a religion. Even though he was disagreeing with me, I'm going to take that as a win because that was hilarious to see.
I just wanted to clarify.
You looked like you were eating the biggest crow of your life. Like, I have to agree with Jesus. But anyway,
But my thing is, for the first story, one,
the mother.
yes, how did the thing? Because let's be honest, interspecies.
Well, first of all, it
How
wouldn't
did it
have.
survive?
How was it born? It couldn't have worked.
Yeah,
That's not how.
that's some like C-section shit right there. That mom should have fucking died. Second of all, that thing shouldn't have lived all that long. At the most, maybe an hour, if it was able to go through the whole trimester and everything.
No, Sean, we are not going to make a tier list of all the best and worst religions. That is not happening. Shut up, Jesus.
Actually, yeah, no, I don't agree with that. Even mind you, I'm not big on organized religion.
Oh,
But-
I despise organized religion, but at the same time, I also acknowledge
Everyone
people's
has
right
the
to.
right to believe in whatever they want.
Plus, in a manner of
That's-
speaking, everyone has a religion. It's just a question of what kind of religion it is.
And that is a big can of worms.
It is, and I'm.
not a worm, a nuclear explosion that I don't want to go near.
That's a bottle of angry bees made of plutonium.
Like, mind you, I got no problem messing with people.
Oh, absolutely. I'll talk trash with the best of them.
Yeah, I'm good.
But in all sincerity, no. While I have problems with organized religion, I don't fault or look down on anyone for their religions, because like I said, everyone has one. It's just a question of what kind. And saying one is actually inferior to another, you might as well say that one person is inferior to another. That's not a very valid thing. And on top of that, even if it hypothetically is accurate, you don't want to go down that road, dude. You do not want to go down the road of superior and inferior life.
Because I'm not honest, that list would be more like our point of view about it.
Oh yeah, I'd love.
Anything else.
Oh yeah, but anyhow,
But yeah, that thing shouldn't have been able to.
no, it shouldn't. Well, see, that's the thing is, it's very. I almost didn't want to do this one because it's not really a cryptid. It's more of a supernatural thing. Like, and what I mean by that is, it's not like the frogmen are an animal. They're a kind of animal. There's multiples of them. The Popelic monster is a specific creature, and again, it's kind of like how people
It's
how
tied with
it's
the
demonic
whole-
and stuff. It's kind of like how we were saying ghosts and aliens are separate from cryptids. I feel like this belongs more in the ghost territory, but at the same time, you would be amazed how little there is for cryptids in Kentucky. Actually,
Really?
But
I
this-
had to scratch and claw to find this.
Yeah.
Most.
this-
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I swear.
I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but this is one of those things where you type in the name Pope Blick Monster. There's actually articles of people dying from this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
it's
is-
it's blamed for a lot of deaths that happened on that bridge. Supposedly, it can make you end your subscription to Life
Let's be honest,
magazine.
the big red one, the San Diego Bridge.
I'm
The-
not sure what you're referring to.
So,
That big giant red bridge. I forgot.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, a bunch of people freaking end their subscription there as well.
Yep.
There's no
Bridges.
There's no cryptid there. There's no, well, not cryptid. Evil spirit there.
I have not heard about the Golden Gate Bridge being
there's
haunted.
A bunch.
But there are a lot of
there are a lot
that.
of people who end their subscription there, but there's no foul spirits. There's no
Story of demon
uh,
goat people thing.
Yeah.
I was actually in the passenger seat going across this. It is big.
It is massive.
Yeah.
People don't realize it's
That
it's
thing's huge.
it's
That's one of the
easy
one things
to-
I want to go see. But
it's easy to take it for granted when you see it by a picture. It's like, no, you don't understand. This is a gigantic structure, and yet I don't recall ever hearing any stories about it being haunted or having anything supernatural. But Jesus is correct.
there are
A
bunch
lot of people have decided to vacate their corporeal form
I,
at that bridge.
you go to a remote bridge in the middle of nowhere. that's
Suddenly,
when-
there's a demon.
But then again, that's where we get empty, abandoned houses, mansions, hospitals. You get people of the cult who go there. They do rituals. They
Out of the way, hidden. No one will interfere.
they do things there. They sacrifice
Animals.
small furry little creatures or people.
Yeah.
Or you get an idiot with an Ouija board who doesn't know how to use it properly.
Oh my. I could devote
open up a portal, and they don't know how to close in. And whatever they open gets attached
There's
to
something
them
there.
or to that location.
Mm-hmm.
But
like I said, it's
Sorry.
I can testify. Jumping off that bridge, yeah, you'd probably be dead.
There's
The
more
gold-
stories that are known of people surviving somehow. I know one where the dude jumped and he somehow survived. The city has even started doing a thing where for the Golden Gate Bridge where they're putting down netting
over parts of it,
and making it to where it's a lot harder
to actually get onto the side and
jump off, which is a good thing because
I agree.
ending your subscription is never the thing.
No,
Go
that is
talk
never
to
the
somebody.
answer. That is absolutely never the answer. Yeah, kind of an awkward thing to talk about, but
yeah, go get help.
yeah, get help.
Now
If you think no one cares and no one will listen, okay, I just proved you wrong. I have 3 people here who don't want you to do it.
And we're a bunch of jackasses.
I know.
I'll throw up the number.
I'm the prince. I'm the
throw it
goddamn Prince of Darkness, and I don't want you to. Okay.
I got depression.
Well, I think everyone.
I got days where I struggle, but I still.
Absolutely.
Nah,
It's
my
never.
mom raised no bitch.
There you go. There's the attitude. But yeah,
And
Bishop.
another attitude you should have if you were thinking about that is, look at it this way: you think the world's gonna be a lot better place with you out if you take yourself out of it? No, keep yourself in it. There's someone who doesn't want you around. Stay here. Be petty.
Spite them. Spite them.
Be that petty motherfucker.
There you go. The blessing of Lobalus be upon you. Spite them. Be spiteful. If no other reason, be
that's
spiteful.
what keeps you around. That's what keeps you around, man.
Hey, no, there's no wrong
wrong.
part to this, right?
Yeah.
But no, this demon, the Poplick monster, it's very strange because supposedly it's very powerful mentally. It can really, really screw with you.
I think
But supposedly the stories are, it can't fight for a damn. Like, there are stories about, I threw a rock at it and it ran away screaming. It's like the most bitch-made cryptid ever.
Let's look at most occult spirit things. Most demonic spirits, they don't go after your body. At first, they go after your soul. They go after your mind.
Yeah.
And they go after your spirit.
And
Your will
it's willpower.
Your will towards religion. That's what they go for. If someone who isn't in the right state of mind goes to said bridge, they're gonna be influenced a lot easier.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those things. It's whichever way you want to cut it.
Even demons have rules that they have to follow.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's kind of funny that this creature has a really nasty body count. Like, lots of people have died on or around this bridge, and they're tied to.
The church hasn't sent anybody to go investigate it because it feels like something that they should.
Yeah.
I know there's a few spots here.
Legitimate exorcists are kind of.
What the fuck is up with your phone, bro?
That is.
It was clicking on the 7 and the 3, like repeatedly.
Yeah, I was hitting the pound sign and the 7 constantly.
That is really weird.
There were I know one spot. I just don't remember where exactly it's at. The Pope, when he comes to visit the States, he won't even go. They won't even fly over it at all.
Well, not to discredit the Pope, but if there was a monster, and it was specifically named the Pope Lick Monster, and you were the Pope, would you want to go near that thing? In
all honesty, when you said that, I'm like, thought you were talking about the States. What are we doing in freaking?
No, this is near Pope Lick Creek.
My mind went straight to the Vatican.
To clarify, the name is Poplick Creek or Poplick Gorge.
Yeah, my mind went to Pope.
Yeah, that's what everybody thinks.
So, I'm just saying, if there was a Jesus bum bridge, you probably wouldn't go there if you heard there was a monster.
That bridge.
You probably wouldn't go there if there was a monster supposedly living there.
I would go there with a equipment to get rid of said bridge. But again, the Pope has enough. He has people who specialize in demonic.
Exorcists are a specific rank.
He can send
Of priests.
1 or 2 to go investigate said area.
That is a valid question.
I
Why?
wonder if they've had.
And they failed?
And if they had, they probably failed. But if they have, if there's like a way to know, because I know one of the spots that they refuse to fly over is this building that has a basement. There are stairs that go down to it, but when you start going down the stairs, you never get to the end, and you can
Infinite stair. I've heard some stories about things like that, but we are going way, way over time. And we still have one more cryptid that I want to talk about.
Oh.
Do we have that phone number?
988 is the hotline.
Yeah.
I do have 1-844-493-8255. That's the
Colorado Prevention Hotline.
I think there should be a website, shouldn't there?
There is.
I think it might be better to put out the website.
Yeah. But
and this is for Colorado. Just type in Colorado crisis hotline.
Yeah.
They're there to talk. And
absolutely.
A lot of people who call just need to talk.
So was Ted Bundy.
What?
Ted Bundy used to work for a hotline.
He did briefly, which is disturbing. But yeah, no. Don't let some douchebag goat monster from Kentucky beat you. Get help. Talk to people, okay?
Be like someone from Tecate. Take that goat. Make it your own.
Also, a lot of people don't like the current Pope and
what's his name? Francis?
the left Pope that everybody loves because he's so left. But if you're actually third in line to God next to Jesus,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be afraid of a bridge.
You shouldn't be. Well, I would also make the argument, the Pope shouldn't be afraid to and hide behind bulletproof glass, but that's beside the point.
It's like, wait, there's a bridge? If I
There's
go
a
there,
demon there?
that-
Well, shit, now we gotta go there.
They'll kill me? You mean I get to see Jesus? Please.
I get to
please.
die in the name of God? This is wonderful!
And
brass knuckles with some crosses on it.
Well, they say it's more about the faith than anything else, but I guess if you had faith in that... What was that movie? What's the movie? I kick ass for the Lord! Oh, was that Dead Alive, I think? Or Deadhead?
That was Hot Fuzz or
Was that?
no, it was Dead Alive. It was
Dead Alive. It's the
Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the priest. There's a priest who literally he's fighting a ton of zombies and he just screams out, "I kick ass for the Lord!" And he beats the out of these zombies. Actually, it's freaking awesome. Oh,
I'd say go to the next subject.
they don't like me talking about the undead getting their butt kicked. It scares them, poor things. Anyway, though, we do have one more topic here, and I swear we're gonna actually get to it.
5 centuries later.
Shut up.
Nah.
Come on.
Make me. Let's go.
Anyhow,
Yeesh.
our third one. So we've done Ohio, Kentucky. Now we're going to Wyoming. Yes, there are things in Wyoming,
Right that
actually.
way.
There are things in Wyoming, actually.
It's right above us.
Is it north of Colorado?
It's that way.
You say so. I mean, you were the one literally a minute ago who didn't know where Kentucky or Michigan is.
I know where the states I've been to are.
You've been to Wyoming?
Yeah.
What were you doing in Wyoming?
Picking up a cat. And work order.
Okay, anywho's.
Johnny Weissmuller apparently died in Acapulco, Guerrero, Mexico.
He did not
any
jump
bridge.
off. Okay. Anywho, so we're going to be talking about one more. From Wyoming, we have the Shunka Warakin.
The what?
The Shunka Warakin,
What's it look like?
also known as the American hyena.
And yeah, the open eyes is right. It was brain dead.
Brain Dead. Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
It had multiple names, I want to say, though.
Brain Dead, Dead Alive.
I think that's the same movie. Anyway, though, but yeah,
That-
I love that scene. I love that quote.
Look it up.
I love that quote. I kick ass for the Lord. But
Lord
anyway,
of the Rings. Just remember that.
yeah, which is also an awesome, well, actually, trilogy. But anyway, so the American hyena, as it's sometimes referred to, the Shunka warakin, is actually, as you can guess from the name, a creature that even the Native Americans were talking about. Now, what's interesting is that the story changes. The farther back you go, the more mystical and strange and magical they are. The modern legends that the Americans told of them, they're much more grounded. But it is described as a creature that is described as looking sort of like a wolf, but with the wrong proportions. It has a longer neck than a wolf. It has a smaller head, bigger ears. Sometimes they're described as being striped. Other times they're described as being all brown. But they're usually referred to as an American hyena. Now, what's interesting is that fossil records indicate that, yes, there was a species of North American hyena. They are now extinct. They went extinct around the time of the Ice Age, actually. Most people don't realize that. Unlike the Asian hyena, which was driven to extinction by a certain political faction that I'm not going to talk about. But anyway, the North American hyena, these creatures, some claim that they survived and they still exist today even. And they lurk around the heartland of America, and specifically they're known in Wyoming. Now, the natives told stories that they were supernatural creatures, kind of like a hellhound. To see one was an omen that there was something evil tracking you. They had horrible powers.
What the hell?
You've never seen Brain Dead?
Nah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
like,
why don't you just
like
try-
scroll up,
Oh my.
like on the other side. Yeah, like right there. Scroll.
Wait.
Because the photo I saw was that. That's what I saw when I looked over. The hell.
It is a very fucked up movie.
It looks like a fucked up movie.
Yeah, Google wanted me to turn safe search off, and I'm like, what? Okay. Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, Frodo the Hobbit, the movies we saw in theaters as a kid. He made this before Lord of the Rings. Brain Dead. It's a zombie movie. It's not really about zombies. It's gory.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like, I just saw that. Like it's.
Lord of the Rings. I
The
don't.
stuff I put up with
Did
around
like
here.
do the hands come out of the ears and just like pulling the face off, or like?
Subtlety, Jesus. Look it up.
We've been over this. I don't know what that is.
It's a horror movie from the late 80s about the
Nah, that's all you have to tell me is from the 80s. Sorry, continue.
Overrated.
Underrated.
I'll just say that. I don't know what else to say.
Hey, I hate to break tradition, but maybe we should talk about some cryptids on tonight's show, actually. Anywho, so these creatures are, again, they're supernatural. They're described as having strange mystical powers. The big ones are in this bizarre speak that they can do. They can produce this sound that is a mimicry of human. And hearing this can have all kinds of negative effects. It can curse you. It can cause forgetfulness, which is kind of weird. It can also throw you into a blind state of panic. Is anyone getting a familiar vibe from this creature, by the way?
Skinwalker?
The Mothman.
Oh, my mind wants Skinwalker.
Jersey Devil. These are creatures that supposedly people see them and stuff, and then they forget. And they just claim that they are in a blind state of panic. Is something going wrong with the stream?
No.
I'm not even. I wasn't gonna say nothing about that, but my mind went to like, you're a cryptid. You're trying to curse someone, but the person's deaf. That energy has to go somewhere. Does it bounce off them and just go back to the cryptid?
Goes to whoever hears it.
What? The dude's deaf.
Well, okay, then you're not going to get hit with it.
The energy has to go somewhere.
It's a sound. It goes out.
The intention to curse someone's there. That has to go somewhere.
That is... No. Okay, no, Gandalf. That's not how magic works. This is not frickin' D&D. You do not need a mirror of reflection +2 to undo the curse of a frickin'...
And yet, a frog can have a goddamn wad of thunder up its ass. This is bullshit.
Okay, you are talking about magic versus technology.
Okay, let's be honest. I don't think that was technology. That was magic.
A metal wand that produces sparks and electric stuff. That does not sound magic in the slightest.
That sounds like a modern taser.
Yes, exactly. Tasers are not magic.
How does a frog who isn't intelligent enough to know that?
Well, then I guess that means that they're intelligent.
But you said earlier that they weren't.
I was making the argument that they'd have to be intelligent because they had tools.
Meh. So back to this American hyena thingy. Do they laugh?
They probably would if they heard an acorn.
Not at anything you say.
Fuck you, I'm hilarious.
To look at, maybe. Anyway, well, actually, that's a common explanation, is that this supposedly magical sound they can produce that scares people and makes them forgetful and can curse them is just a hyena cackle. Which, to be fair, people underscore this a lot. Hyenas can be freaking loud when they want to be.
Aren't they part of the cat family more than anything else?
So, okay, I'm going to address that actually. They are neither feline or canine. They are literally mongoloid. That is literally what they are described as, because genetically and off their bone structure, they can be considered either. They belong to both canine and feline, therefore they are a mongoloid. They are multiple. Now, some people try to argue that they're slightly more feline than canine, but there's really no such thing as slightly when we're talking about genomes. The fact of the matter is, you either are or you're not. They are both, therefore they are neither individually. There's no closer or farther in genetics. Okay, it's not like a grenade. A grenade, it matters how close you are. Genetics, no, you either are or you're not.
Huh, I did not know that about them.
Yes, they are both feline and canine. But anyway, no, they can be very loud. And yeah, to someone who doesn't know what it is, yeah, their noise is pretty creepy. Pretty unnerving. But anyway, now the thing that's interesting about them is that the settlers almost immediately also had stories about these creatures, though theirs were much more grounded. But what's interesting is that they still to this day have stories of sightings of these creatures. It's just that today, instead of calling them hellhounds, we say that they're American hyenas.
Hellhound sounds better.
Hellhound's kind of overused. But no, as recently as 2006, actually, there was a supposed rampage where for almost a year, this, and I'll quote, big wolf thing went on a rampage and wreaked havoc on local livestock, being claimed for the deaths and injuries of almost 100 sheep.
Was it just one or a couple?
See, that's the thing, is the accounts claim it was one big one, but hyenas are pack animals. They're big pack animals. They run in huge hordes that number in the dozens. So that's one of the reasons that actually I'm not so sure about this thing.
Because even wolves run in packs, like you never.
Not as big, not as big as hyena clans.
If you're not in Russia, but
a hyena clan can easily number from 20 to 40 members. Wolf packs are usually only a dozen or so.
But still, you wouldn't see them by themselves, though. They'll still be with the pack.
Yeah, you would have a pack. And I'm not sure if animals that move in herds like that could be hidden. Even, I know some people say, well, there's no one in Wyoming to see it.
No, hell no.
First of all,
if we're
no.
able to see a jaguar come from Mexico into the States, we can see a pack that fucking big.
Yeah. There are people actually in Wyoming, believe it or not. But what's interesting is that, yes, there is a species of hyenas in North America that went extinct a long time ago. To be fair, other animals survived the Ice Age and are still here today. Why?
The mammoths were around when the pyramids were being built.
That is true. So it's one of those things I'm torn because it's like, on paper, it's plausible. Everything there is saying that this creature could be real.
Jaguars used to be a big native here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
They're barely coming back.
Yep.
They're migrating from...
Florida pumas is another example.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually surging.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
The past decade or so, they've gone from being almost never seen to actually getting pretty consistent sightings, which is good because they have a right to exist. But anyway, and it's like I'm torn.
It's a creature that's not supposed to be in the
No,
climate.
they're indigenous.
No, I mean like people who get certain pets.
You're talking about invasive species, yeah.
Nope.
Invasive species. Well, that's different. Florida pumas are a natural creature there. They're not an invasive species. But anyway, the American hyena, it on paper it works. It makes sense.
But reality,
it's like that's a hard one to explain how elusive it is. Because everyone talks about how
it's practically nothing but plains and canyons.
Yeah.
You if you're flying over in a small plane, helicopter or something like that, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
You're able to see.
How would people see thunderbirds, but no one's ever seen a herd of these American hyenas? And if they do live solitary lives, how does that work? That only raises more questions.
Yeah. And on top of that, Wyoming does have a big wolf population over there. They keep track of those.
Yeah.
They monitor those. They fly over the...
Yeah, why wouldn't they notice these creatures?
If giant pack that no one knows about, they ain't just going to ignore that. They're going to be investigating it.
Random pack of dogs versus a troop of frogmen. Who wins?
I'm going to go with the frogmen on that one.
The frogmen have weapons.
They have thumbs.
They have thumbs. They have weapons. They can pull tools out from behind their backs, even though they're naked.
And their prison pocket. This is Vegeta. He was a prison bed. I can't do Nappa's voice. This one over here can, though.
Hi, Vegeta.
Hi, Vegeta. Hey, do you remember the Bug Planet? Do you remember when this show actually caped on topic?
Yeah, then I showed up.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much when everything went downhill.
That became what it is now.
Yep. Anyway, so, as I was saying, though, no, real quick, between the pack of North American hyenas versus the group of frogmen, I have to give it to the frogmen just because they have lightning sticks. Well, I guess, okay, hold on. If you go and use the Native American lore where they have the magic powers, maybe they could put up a fight, but
yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Technology is going to beat a pack of animals any day of the week.
That'd be cool if
Mother Eye is
someone
going to
ends
be...
up finding one.
Well, see, there are pictures all the time of people who claim, oh, yeah, no, I bagged this hyena here in North America.
Ends up being a freaking cut.
Somewhere else, or it's a really old photo, and it's like there's no way to confirm that it's actually from America.
Okay, let's be honest, I don't believe that. There are people who pick up dogs and they think that is an actual dog, but it ends up being a freaking coyote.
Yeah. Well, see, the problem here is that hyenas are very distinct animals. And if this North American hyena looks anything like any other variant of hyena, you have to be a special kind of stupid to not be able to tell that's not a dog.
Or when people pick up cats and it doesn't end up being a cat, it ends up being Big kitty. Not a house kitty.
Again, I don't know how that happens either. Of
but
course,
big kitty.
I've also heard stories of people picking up bear cubs thinking that they were large breed dogs.
Yep.
By the way, spoiler warning, it didn't go well. Although some bears are pretty damn cute as cubs. I'll give you that.
Oh, bears never hurt anybody who didn't deserve it.
I think my favorite one was the bear, the tiger, and the lion. Where they were all raised together.
Oh, and they became buddies. Yeah.
They became like siblings and whatnot. And they tried separating them, but didn't.
They didn't. Yeah, they got mad about being separated.
They got really depressed, I believe.
Yeah.
And then they had to put them back together, and then one of them passed away because of old age. And
Yeah. But anyway, I feel conflicted with the American hyena because, like I said, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm saying it anyway. It makes sense on paper. Okay, fine. Some species of predator survived the Ice Age. Yeah, bears are still a thing. And hell, bears are in Wyoming, aren't they? Are there bears in Wyoming?
Yeah, bears.
They're pretty much everywhere.
yeah, well, we mostly have black bears around here.
Well, I'm saying,
It's been a hot minute since anyone has seen a grizzly.
yeah, or Kodiak or shit like that.
There probably are, but like.
Well, I'm saying, if bears can survive, on paper, yeah, it makes sense that a North American hyena could.
And
The
let's be
problem
honest,
is, how would they not be seen? Like, how would we not know of them?
Wyoming, it's big farmland.
Yeah, but there's still people in Wyoming.
Yeah, so like, well, no, I'm not saying that just because it's farmland, no one's gonna see. People who have livestock, that's their livelihood. They take care of their animals. If anything,
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Pretty much. If there was a pack of American hyenas over there, they would be going after the biggest livestock that's there. So,
Yeah.
buffalo, cows, horses. The farmers would they would notice some shit like that, and they would take action.
Yeah. I guess, to be fair, I mean, what's the difference between a hyena and a wolf to some farmer who's trying to keep his cattle alive?
Not much.
But yeah, I feel conflicted. I guess I kind of want to put them.
But like,
I kind of want to put them in the possible category, but at the same time, that's one of the harder ones to believe that nobody's been able to confirm this creature.
the other thing, maybe they adapted to not be as big as a herd, as you were saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like there's no way that they could have gone this long without there being proof.
Yeah. But like I said, I still like them. And hey, that's 3 more states down, so we're 6 down.
Which ones have we done so far?
We did Colorado,
California, New Mexico,
and
Wyoming.
now we did Ohio, Wyoming, and Kentucky. So we're 6 down. That leaves 44.
I wonder what Hawaii has.
You know, that's actually a good question. What?
Yeah, a lot of cryptids are from Hawaii and Alaska. Well, Alaska has some interesting stuff. But anyway,
Alaska has a
lot of weird shit there.
All 50 states. Bigfoot.
Well, you know,
Yeah, what does
what does
I
Hawaii
think
have?
the big ones we should do at the end, like Bigfoot, the mountain.
Well, I kind of want to do the ones that are less known, actually.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, this has been one of the strangest episodes.
Oh, so
Oh, God. Oh, my lack of a God.
So there's this one thing.
He's still talking.
I want us to go. It's a wagon cook-off. Like the cowboy wagons where they had the iron stoves and all that stuff. It's like there's a cook-off for that stuff. I kind of want to go.
Like when we went to the Ren Fair?
Yeah, we haven't gone to the Renaissance Fair in a minute. I think we should.
Yeah, last time we went was Pirate Weekend, and we're like...
There was really nothing...
Every time we see somebody dressed as a pirate, we kick Jesus between the legs.
And we kicked him like twice.
Yeah,
See, the problem with the Colorado Ren Fair is they have it in the worst time. They put it in fucking August. the hottest goddamn month of the year.
I
A
would
Ren
say-
fair
I would say
where everyone is supposed to be in a costume. I'm sorry, but I don't think we're dealing with the brightest people who are in charge of this Ren fair thing. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it.
I still want to go.
I'd love to go again.
I bought that horn. I want to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to get that guy that we have dressed as the Vagrant and take him. But again,
Oh,
it's in August.
God,
He'd
he's
probably
gonna
die.
die.
He'd probably just fall over dead.
We'll end up having to replace him by the end of the day. But I think it would be good to go and like hand out business cards and shit like that.
Yeah. We will need a new person to play the Vagrant, though, because, yeah, he's going to die.
I don't think we should have the Vagrant go. We could just go and just like.
See, that's the problem, though, is, I mean, the Vagrant is a huge draw.
Yeah.
But anyway, this has been a very bizarre episode.
Aren't all
And the
of
sad
the
thing is
episodes
that
bizarre?
we're all sober as far as I can tell. But anyway, I am your host, Kristoff N. Chester. This is the mistake of the cosmos, Jesus. There's the bishop over in the corner.
Hi.
Famine, Gluttony, Rosadoo, the cursed doll. Choopy is here safely with me, so he's not going to get thrown at me. Don't you dare!
You missed again.
You all feeling all right, man? Anyway, boys and girls, put it down. Put it down. I don't even know what you're doing over
I'm
there.
not gonna lie, that was a pretty good throw. It still went.
It's still missed though. That's 3 times.
Yeah, but you
Anyway.
had a curve at one point.
Join us next week when we are going to probably... What have we talked... We haven't talked... What have we not talked about recently? What should we do another episode on?
Damn it.
I'm going to get you
Curse-
glasses.
Cursed places?
More cursed places? More haunted places?
Not haunted, but like more. Then again, cursed and haunted kind of does go together.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Cursed and haunted locations.
Or
Next week on From One Side to the Other. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you then. And as always...
I gotcha.
Damn you! I miss it too.
I hate you all so damn much. Keep checking the shadows.
Good job, Choopy. You know what would be another good one? Rules that certain have to follow, like the rules that vampires have to follow, demons, stuff like that.
Are we still live?
Like sun? Get 'em.
Huh?
Like vampires in the sun?
Not that, but like how, how they can't just walk into someone's place. Like they have to be invited in.
That's only certain kinds of vampires.
Yeah, like
Or like cops and acorns?
yeah.
If a